A very warm welcome to all from the Other Side series. I'm Raga Olga De Silva, or Totally Out Now, as you know me. I'm the co founder and director of Speaking Minds, India's largest international speakers agency, representing speakers and content from all over the world. Well, I know you're waiting for me to bring him on, aren't you? So here we are. So, you know this man, or so you think. Bhiku Matre, Sardar Khan, Dacoit Mansingh, Govind Deshpande, Inspector Samar, Dr. Ramchandra Siras, recently Shrikant, Ganpat Bhosle, and so on and on and on. So, who is Manoj Bajpayee? Let's find out, shall we? Welcome, Manoj.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Just managing the lockdown, managing every moment, actually. I mean, suddenly I've realized that, coming back to Mumbai from the mountain, I have been so busy uh, with the house chores and talking on the videos, giving interviews for Bhosle because, it was having its premiere. Then, day to day, people's excitement and enthusiasm, to have video interviews and video chatting. So yeah, I mean, the days are full, and
I,
meanwhile, my daughter also, and the little one, she insists on playing with me, and so yeah, it's kind of packed, day every day.
do you find that we are busier now than we've ever been?
Now we kind of after 3 months, I have realized that people found a way to carry on with their life inside their four walls. Yeah, somehow they have they they've gotten used to staying at home and still working and still trying to be as much productive as possible,
Sure,
which
sure.
is good. Yeah, which
Yeah,
is good.
sure. So, what are the chores that you are assigned to? I want to know.
Oh, I mean, it varies from from putting clothes in the dryer or washing machine to taking out sometime cleaning the temple prayer room, sometime wiping the dinner table, or making sometime I'm given the job to cook when Shavana, my wife, is not, she does, if she doesn't feel like cooking, she gives me the job of cooking. So yeah, I mean, she's the
Excellent.
boss. She decides. She decides the responsibility.
Excellent. So, the audience who is
Yeah,
watching, this is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to find the other side of Manoj Bajpayee. So, any questions you have, please feel free to respond to us or write to us on the comments, and we will
yeah,
at some point ask Manoj for his response. Now, Manoj, I'm really, really intrigued by your life. I think I'm one of those fans who's watched all your movies, have followed you right from
yeah,
1994, and
right.
but who is Manoj Bajpayee? Something that keeps ringing back into my ears. 1994, 2020. But I know that we've been reading stories from Humans of Bombay, for instance, came out with a story. So
Right.
tell us about this little boy from Bihar. We're very intrigued.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long story. I mean, I really don't know where to start from, but all I would say that it's bizarre. If I tell you the whole thing, you'll find certain things quite unbelievable. I was we are six brothers and sisters, okay, and we were born in a family which was struggling uh, to make two ends meet because we come from a very respected family. Uh, the Bajpayees are in that area, they're quite respected, not because they have uh, plenty of land, but because of the way they carried themselves, because of the way uh, they kind of behaved in the society. So they're very respected. But as after my birth, what I gather that division of land happened in such a way that my father on my father's side, my father got very little of it, because that's what
Okay.
was, this is what he was left with, and he had six children to feed, to to uh, to bring up, to educate. But he was a very ambitious man. He wanted to become a doctor, and he couldn't because my grandfather couldn't afford 5 lakhs rupees those days, and 5 lakhs rupees is quite a lot.
Yeah.
There was a medical college where he was two, he was short by two marks, and the medical college was asking for 5 lakhs rupees in miscellaneous. My grandfather couldn't afford it, so that with that pain, uh, my my father lived all his life. So somewhere, he wanted to see all of us getting educated and be on our own. So he's a very gentle man. He's a very soft spoken person, my father. And my mother ruled the family. She's always been the boss. If Even at this age, if I'm scared of anybody, more than my wife is my mother, you know. so
Powerful women.
so yeah,
But it's
I'm
true.
ruled by
But
yeah,
sure,
I'm
you've
ruled
been brought
by
up by
yeah,
strong women. Yeah.
yeah, strong man, very strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
She kind of she taught us she taught us to fight back, not take things lying down, and she taught us never to lose heart, never to accept defeat, rather go on trying. So, she's always been very, very, very tough. If you meet her today, uh, she's in her own language, in her own demeanor. She would always answer you back. If she doesn't agree, she will never pretend. This is the kind
Oh.
of yeah, she's that kind of a woman. So yeah, and when I was born, my father, he always believed in astrology. I'm going to tell you a very interesting
Sure.
trivia. So he, after every child's birth, he used to give 5 rupees to the nurse just to tell him the right time. So he was fascinated by astrology. He was, always consulting astrologer. So with my birth, he with that birth time, he went to the uh, astrologer, biggest astrologer of that small town where this hospital was. And after a few days, he went back to him when he was ready with his study, and he said, "This is what my father tells me." And he told him that there is a bad news about his son. And my father was scared because he lost a son just 10 days after the birth, just before me.
Oh.
So he was very scared. So he asked him, "What is the bad news? Will he survive?"
Hmm.
So he said, "No, no, he will survive, but he may become an actor." You know, so
So that was the bad news. Oh, okay.
or
So how
there
did your father react?
yeah, so that there is, and there is a possibility that he may become a politician too, but the becoming actor is quite a big possibility. So my father was very scared because in those days, in our village, in our society, actors, I mean, people used to, my father and mother, they were fan of Hindi films. They used to,
Okay.
whenever they used to go to the uh, small town, they used to watch films. They used to take us to watch films. We were all part of the film viewing experience. It never happened that they left us alone and went for the movie. uh, but the profession itself was never, considered a respectable one. Okay, so he was very scared throughout. And when I was 14 years old, and at the age of 9, I've decided that I'll become an actor. But I never told him, since the society's perception about actors was so uh, not good, that I never could dare to, open my heart out. Then my father, just in a chit chat, in his own usual, uh, he's a great conversationist, my father. So he always treated us like his friends. So we used to gather, and he used to tell us the stories. And one of the stories he was about this astrologer, and he was telling this story, and in my heart I was smiling that, oh, okay, okay. So you know, whatever I'm thinking about myself is going to be true, you know. So I was not telling him anything. I was not telling him what was there in my heart, what I have decided to become. But he was only confirming what was brewing in my heart. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was so this is an interesting thing that has happened in my life, but I have never kind of told anybody. I used to participate in my school's extracurricular activities. There was no theater in the but wherever the boarding school was, it was a very respectable boarding school, Hindi medium though, but that Catholic school had all the facilities that any great boarding school should have or has in this country. Uh, so we had four, soccer field. So you can imagine
Wow, it's big.
the campus. Yeah, it was a huge campus. So yeah, I mean and he kind of put all of us in boarding. My sisters too. There was a boarding school for the girls also in the same city. And that too was a Catholic school, Saint Teresa. Uh, so he kind of used to borrow money from the village from somebody, and send us the money through money order. Those days we used to write letters to our parents about our life in the boarding school. There were too many exchanges of letters. Sadly, I don't have any with me. I always kind of regret about it. But I have only one letter which I have written, uh, which I have got received from him. And one letter I have that I wrote it to him, and that actually tells me at this point of time in what condition we were in, where we were completely, tattered in terms of finances and how uh, we were managing. So yeah, so that's the kind of childhood. But yes, apart from all this struggle, there is a beautiful side to my childhood. And my village is one of the best, one of the most beautiful landscape that I have ever been to in this country. Uh, and I feel blessed to have born
And
in
you,
that kind of a place. Yeah, from in the morning in the winter, we could see the Himalayas peak.
oh,
I know where the sun is reflecting from the Himalayas, coming towards you, and we could, and there was a jungle. Now that jungle is converted into tiger reserve. One side there's a canal, on the other side there's a river. Uh, so and green field everywhere, farmers life. uh, so the village life, the boarding school life, uh, I think all of this uh, is Manoj Bajpayee,
yeah. I'm
to
sure there's,
answer to
yeah,
yeah.
there's much more coming, right? But what I gather from you, although you were put in a boarding school, your father was ambitious for you. You were still very close as a family because communication is important, right? Because
we were
these days,
very
yeah,
we were communicating on every level,
yeah.
actually.
So
That
that
it was, yeah, it was only because of our father. He was
yeah.
very open with his children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that, the track that I have followed, and I followed you for a long time, like I said, 1994 is a long time for all of us.
Right,
And
right,
I know that, just looking at you, I know that you would have had a strong women influence. And now I understand
yeah,
when you talked about your mother. You always
right, right,
feel that. So I think that is the energy and the inspiration that one you have got through your life. Because of
right,
course, what we also know, the Manoj Bajpayee, who has been very successful, but you've also seen a lot before you started, before you got the roles, and also when you became successful, you went through a time where you had disappointments, let's say. So
right.
that's the strength that you got, I'm assuming, from your family. So tell us about that time, Manoj. We're very interested in knowing, what did Manoj go through before 1994 happened to him, before
Yeah.
Satya happened to him.
There are too many years before that, actually. Uh,
Okay.
there was a friend of mine in my school, and he was one of my best friend, and he was, and I was contemplating as to how to leave my village, how to leave the city, and just go to Delhi, uh, for some excuse, something, and I was not uh, getting that excuse to leave my place. I completely helpless because I didn't have any money. My father didn't have any money. So, and he wanted me to become a doctor. He sent me to appear in all the medical entrance exam. I was scared of giving the right answer because I thought that if I give the right answer, I may get selected, and everything will be
The
no,
first
no.
person in history. Okay.
So even if I knew the answer, I always filled up the wrong. Uh, so yeah, but this guy, this friend of mine, he kind of shared with me that he's leaving for Delhi because in Delhi University, his elder brother is studying, and now he's going to fill up all the forms for all the colleges, and whichever college he gets in, he will finish his graduation from there. And I requested him. I went to him 3 4 times. I said, please take me. I'll never forget this favor from you. And then he agreed. Those days, even today, if you are traveling that distance by train, then you have to have reservation. I didn't have any reservation. Okay, so we were 17 and a half, 18 years old that time. And he somehow gathered the courage and he said, you just come along, we'll manage it in the train. And he had the berth reserved for himself, and I was the one who was without any reservation. I had one simple ticket to Delhi, and I convinced my father that I'm going to Delhi, and I think more than doctor, if I appear for UPSC exams, I may become a bureaucrat, I may become a district magistrate or superintendent of police or whatever, but I'll prepare for those kind of entrance exam more than uh, those competitive competition, rather than just going for becoming a doctor, which where my heart is not there. So he's such a pleasant man. He just gave up his dream for my wish. He said, you can go, but I don't have money, Manoj, so you'll have to manage it on your own. I said, okay, okay, we'll see. Whenever you have money, you just send me. You don't have money, don't send me. I'll take care of myself. And I took the train with this boy. So throughout the journey, I was running fever, 101. I still remember it was a terrible, terrible journey.
Wow.
And throughout the travel, all night, I was going from one compartment to another because the ticket collector was coming. Yeah, coming, you know. So if he was entering my compartment, I was going into another compartment, then another compartment. And by that time, one halt used to come. I used to get down and again get into the back,
The back.
the last compartment. And that's how I try to dodge the ticket
Mm.
collector all night. And I was running 101 fever.
Wow.
Okay, it was a terrible, terrible journey. I can't forget. I can never forget that journey. And early morning, it becomes free for all. Then the reservation doesn't matter. And that time I came to my friend, and he vacated his berth, and he said, "You sleep here. I'll give you water, and you just go off to sleep." And he tried to find a medicine for me, and then he organized a medicine, gave me a tablet. He said, "You have it, and just go off to sleep." Yeah. So by the time we entered Delhi, the train entered Delhi. It stopped at a bridge, and I could see Delhi for the first time. I saw such a huge
Yeah.
metro in my life. Yeah, and I was completely, enamored,
Wow.
looking at the city. I remember everything very clearly, Raga, very clearly, as if it was a picture that I have seen that I can never forget. And I was looking at the hoarding, which was there on that crossroad. It's called ITO Bridge.
Mm.
And I was looking at those hoarding, and I was I was thinking that one day my hoarding will be there when I
Wow.
become an actor. So, so that was 18 years of age. The passion, the energy, the hope, the dream, the conviction,
The belief.
it was the
Mhm.
belief, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So that boy had lot of belief, lot of belief. lot of stubbornness which came to him from his mother, uh, the soft side I think came from my father, but there is an aggressive side to Manoj Bajpayee and a stubborn Manoj Bajpayee. I think it has really taken care of me. That side, that mother side of me, has it has really saved me uh, from really succumbing to all the vulnerable situation. Yeah, and then Delhi University, filling up the forms, uh, getting admission. But as soon as I got admission, I saw these small group of people doing street play in Delhi University campus. Straight away, I went up to them without wasting any day. I went up to them and I said that, I want to be part of your group. How is that possible? And they immediately taken me. You know, Immediately I was a member of it, and then I started traveling with them. I
What a
didn't
story.
waste even a
What a
day.
story.
You know,
Manoj,
huh?
what a story. What a story. It's giving me
Yeah.
goosebumps. No, what a story. Because
Yeah.
it's such a learning, right? Because we all have dreams, but very few follow through on their dreams and passion. And this, what you're
Right.
sharing, is like a complete belief in yourself. एक दिन मैं वो
Right.
coding पे रहूंगा. So that
Right.
you've
Right.
already
Right.
visualized, because we tell our children, right, that visualize something that you want to be, and that will happen. But
That will happen.
you
Yeah.
persevered. So I want to understand, because I know that you've shared things like that. You really struggled, because an 18-year-old boy coming from
Right.
a village, then going into
Right.
Delhi. Delhi is not a cheap city. It's expensive.
No.
You didn't have
Not. Yeah.
financial backing. You funded
Right.
yourself. And I know I read somewhere that you, even for your vada pav at times, used to be expensive. Now,
Yeah. Here in
yeah,
Bombay. Yeah. In Bombay.
in
Yeah.
Bombay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is it in you, Manoj, that makes you this person? What is it, apart from your mother and your father? And what is that?
Ah.
Is it something you follow? Is it a self discipline that you follow? What
Oh
is it?
yes. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Self-discipline is something that I have never compromised on. Uh, at times, self-discipline is at such a higher level that even my little one, 9-year-old, she rules me. She starts complaining. You will go to exercise. You will do your yoga. You will do your meditation, but you will not play with me. So I,
Yoga,
and
meditation, exercise.
yeah. So you are. Sometimes I tell her that I'm reading my script. This is my time hour. Please don't disturb me. You will always read your script, but you will not play with me. So so this I'm there is there I live on priority. What is the priority? I prioritize my time, and then I somehow don't compromise on my priority. If I'm talking to you, this is my priority at this point of time, and if I'm playing with my daughter, that's the priority at that point of time. So I will not receive any call. I think it's the priority that I have made in my earlier life. I have decided about my priorities, and I stuck to it with my discipline, with my perseverance, as you call it, with my stubbornness.
Mm.
Uh, there's a there's a good side of a stubbornness, and there's a bad side of stubbornness. But you if somebody is stubborn, at times they will look illogical, uh, unwise. But when the same stubbornness is applied uh, to their profession, to their conviction, it the result is always quite great. So the person who is stubborn, he doesn't know how to differentiate between a good stubbornness and bad stubbornness. He's just stubborn. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think I have just been stubborn about things.
Well, it's worked for you, right? What you're also saying to me is two other things that I'm learning, apart from being a good stubborn and bad stubborn, is your focus.
Right. Right.
Mindfulness, जो हम कहते हैं. We are so,
Right.
because I think in our current lives, all of us are capable of it, where we are victims of it, let's say. We
Right.
are
Right.
not mindful. जब हम आपके साथ बात कर रहे होते हैं, हो सकता है कि we are also doing other things. But
Right.
what you're telling me is, where you're saying when you're with your daughter, you're fully with your daughter. When you're here with
Yeah.
us, you're fully with us.
Right.
And I think a lot of us
Right.
need to remember that and
Right.
practice that. See, your
Practice.
achievements. है ना? Your achievement looks
Right.
like it's an achievement, successful है, but it hasn't come without all the things that you have been through, without all your
Right.
own belief system, your stubbornness, absolute belief in yourself, the passion that you have followed. I think this is all a combination,
This
right?
is, I mean, also I feel that, the for me to become an actor is it's never been a, a glamorous search for me, a search for glamour. You know, it was it was an absolute love for the craft. I, if you ask me, what do I enjoy the most in my life? I would say when I'm working on the character. I just absolutely love it. I have gone into spiritualism. I read quite a lot on a spiritual aspect of life. I am so much into my yoga and meditation and so many other things. But when it comes to acting, everything everything seems second to me. It's when there is a character to prepare. Everything starts blurring. Everything starts blurring when there's a role to be played, when there's a preparation to be done for a role. And when I'm acting in front of the camera, when I'm on the set, even my wife says, but she doesn't come on my set, not because she will disturb me, but she has come to my set so many times in our initial days of dating, and she realized that I am not the same person on the set.
Very
I
good.
am not capable enough to, yeah, I'm
So
not
there.
capable enough to entertain. Okay. So she realized that, that's not the area where Manoj will recognize anybody,
How
even
very
me. So it's better not to go there. Okay.
excellent.
So, and it happens unknowingly, believe me. Uh, Anybody who's coming to meet me on the location is not getting 100% from me.
Sure,
Yeah, not even 50%, I would say.
sure.
So some the Mumbai in Mumbai, people insist on meeting some of us on the set or on location. But with me, what happens that I'm not fully there with them. I'm never fully there with them. So that is the kind of happiness or or the love that I have for the work that I do.
Amazing. So that brings to my next question about Manoj Bajpayee. So do you become that character or the character becomes you? And who do you take home?
I don't take anybody home actually, uh, and it I practiced it. It didn't happen in one day. I used to get the character home. I used to be the character all the time. Once in a very uh, funny way, my wife commented that I'm getting to live with different men. You know, so I am so lucky. So but those were the days when I used to be the character. I used to be the character, and I used to interact with my wife, my family in the same way. But with few instances that has happened where I realized that I have to change. My method and my approach, and also it was at the on the advice of a psychiatrist friend of mine. He said that you have to change it because it's somehow taking toll on your mental health. So I changed it. I changed it,
Okay.
but it needed practice. I practiced. There's something that you have learned all throughout your theater days, and now you have to snap out of it, and it doesn't happen like that. It's something that you worked on, something your body is completely used to, and your mind used to it. So I slowly started working on a different kind of method, different kind of approach towards my work and towards my preparation. It has been quite great till now. Believe me, I have done much more difficult work after that, but now I don't get them home. Uh, Sometime
Sure.
sometime after giving a shot, I'm very happy coming home. I'm quite jumpy. I just help. in everything. I'm excited. So she comes to know that, yeah, Day was really good. He's really happy with his job, So
Sure.
that way, yeah,
But you're telling me basically what you've learned is you can love something, your craft, you can love someone, and you can still be healthily detached, right?
detached,
Huh?
detached with it.
But
Yeah,
that's very
yeah,
important, right? That's because that's something
yeah.
again we as people, human beings don't understand. We get so obsessed
Right,
and we get so passionate about
right.
things. So what happens to those characters? So I know that you've been through many characters, and do they live in you? Or like are you able to totally detach? Do they some inside of you?
It's see, I mean, we have to understand that the characters that you are playing, uh, uh, you are giving them flesh and blood. You are giving them a form of flesh and blood. You are living their mind. It's not about doing it externally. You are actually playing them internally. You are actually living them. You are so it's not only a make believe. It's actually being the character. So there are traces of the characters which are somewhere left somewhere in your brain, somewhere in your body, uh, and I think I keep thinking about it. I think it also makes one uh, either very moody or very spiritual. I think that's why I started getting attracted to the spiritual aspect of life, and I enjoy it quite a lot. After meditation, I think meditation has done wonders with me. All the moodiness, all the eccentricity, all the angst, everything got so channelized. And I think it's so important for all the actors and all the creative people to really meditate, to really align oneself at least once a day is very, very important for your own well-being, for your own mental health.
This is like really powerful what you're saying. And the way you're communicating also today, Manoj, is
Right,
like
right.
very special because I'm coming back to something completely different. And I read somewhere Hindi and English, languages you had to learn because you grew up, speaking
So
Bhojpuri. How did
yeah,
you manage
Bhojpuri,
that?
yeah. So Bhojpuri was our primary language. Even our teachers in our schools, whoever was teaching English or Hindi, uh, they were teaching us, but at the same time they were communicating with us in
Bhojpuri.
Bhojpuri. Okay, so Hindi is a very difficult language when it comes to writing. It's like English. So when you are attending your English class or English literature class or Hindi literature class, the spellings, the diction, all of this are so important. Also, the forming of the sentence. English was something that we were very scared of. English was not existent in our society at all. The entire society was scared of English. It was not something that we were used to. There was only one class of English, and that's all. And that too was taught to us by one uh, father from Kerala. I still remember his Father Tony, I think. Uh, uh, but he used to communicate with us in Hindi and used to teach us in his broken Hindi. He used to talk to us and used to teach us English. And Hindi it was taught to us in the similar way. So our primary language was Bhojpuri. Our pronunciation was not good. Our writing ability was not that great uh, in Hindi. When I came to Delhi and started doing theater, the teachers and the directors, all the actors, they started teaching me. They started correcting me whenever I was trying to speak Hindi. Either they were laughing at me or they were correcting me. Then I realized that I have a long way to go. I don't know English at all. I don't know how to read Times of India here. Uh, I if I read three lines, I everything goes it goes for a toss. So I started working on my English. I started working on my Hindi and little bit of Urdu. And somewhere I realized that I can't do theater, and theater is a very challenging medium for actors. If you're not good, you will not get roles. It's not like films that, if your film becomes a hit, you start getting roles. No, in theater, you really have to be good. There, it's like, sports theater. Either you are good or you are not good. So
Mm.
in theater, you have to be very disciplined. It demands a lot of discipline from actors. So I worked quite a lot, and it was an ongoing work on my Hindi, on my English. So I have realized one thing in my college, that all the students, from my state or from other states, they used to speak to me in Hindi, knowing that this guy doesn't know English. Okay, so they used to make me
Okay.
they used to make me comfortable by talking to me or speaking to me in Hindi, and that was not actually doing me
Justice,
any
yeah.
help,
Yeah.
justice. Yeah,
Mm.
so I had to learn English. So in my college itself, I made friends with the students from Kenya and Tanzania, and from these places. Those students, I made friends with them, so that they were not judging me. I was not judging them, but the English was the only language that we could communicate in. Okay,
Sure.
there was a pressure of speaking English and communicating in English. So that really opened me up. It really taught me quite a lot for a year. Whenever you're going to the college, I'm looking for that friend from Kenya or Tanzania. I'm hanging out with them,
Mm.
and going to do my rehearsal, learning Hindi there and Urdu there,
Amazing.
uh, and learning craft. Yeah, so my 9 years or 10 years of Delhi, uh, I was learning. 9 years of learning. It never stopped.
Okay, we want to,
Even
sorry, I'm going
now.
to interrupt. I want to hear you say the next few things in Bhojpuri. We'd love to. Yeah.
I'm,
तो
I
हम
just
कुछ,
I just love it.
yeah,
Even
आप
till
प्लीज बोलिए, हम बिल्कुल
भोज
सुनेंगे.
भोजपुरी मेरी अ, अभी अगर मैं अपनी माँ से अभी बात करूंगा, तो भोजपुरी में हम लोग, हमारी फैमिली की लैंग्वेज है वो.
हमारे हमारे से बात करो. Just say a few. I mean, I have heard Bhojpuri. I've even seen Bhojpuri films, by the way, just so you know. And just so you know, when I didn't know English until I was 15 years old, although I
ओ
went to
बाबा.
convent school, तो मैंने भी अपने आप को
ओके.
सिखाया. तो प्लीज आप हमसे भोजपुरी में बोलिए जो भी नेक्स्ट बोलना चाहते हैं आप. Love to
हम
listen
क्या
to you.
बोले ना, हम अपने से बतियाओ तो नहीं, लेकिन अपने हम चश्मा देखते हैं, बड़ा एकदम उजर उजर बैठते हैं. हमरा अच्छा लगा था. तो हम हमारा बुझाते नहीं कि हम अपने आंख में देखे बतियाओ तो नहीं, कि चश्मा के देखी कि अखिया के देखी, हमारे बुझाते नहीं थे. इतना बढ़िया लगा था. अच्छा, चश्मा कहाँ से ले ले बड़ो, बताओ ना हो रहा
चश्मा निकाल दे, चश्मा निकाल दे. ये
है.
आप इतना फास्ट बोलते हैं. भोजपुरी is this fast?
We talk very fast. Yeah. So
Wow,
you can imagine, that's our language.
amazing.
There I don't have to think. If मैं अगर आपसे हिंदी में बात करूं, तो मैं फॉर्म
सोच,
करता हूं.
हाँ.
मैं फॉर्म करता हूं, सेंटेंस फॉर्म करता हूं मैं. भोजपुरी में फॉर्म नहीं करना पड़ता
हाँ,
है
तो आप
मुझे.
तब भोजपुरी में सोचते हो ना, इस आपके सेल में है.
सोचता हूं.
हाँ, तो
जी,
you're
मेरे सेल
thinking
में
in
है.
Bhojpuri. Yeah, no,
जी.
understood.
और
Wow, what a treat. What a treat. आपकी preferred language is Bhojpuri. हिंदी मतलब
oh
हम लोग
yes.
आपसे बुलवाते हैं. English आप बोलते हो. You speak really fluently, by the way. I must,
Uh, uh,
yeah, compliment you on
thank
that.
thank
No.
thank you very much. I keep learning. Learning has never stopped. Learning is something. I still have a dictionary. And when I'm reading something, I keep consulting the dictionary. So yeah, learning vocabulary.
Mm.
I'm quite fascinated with. Uh, so uh, I keep giving reference to my daughter. She keeps laughing sometime. Papa, why you, I mean, this word is not spoken that way, this word is spoken this way. Okay, so I know but I have many teachers to correct me.
Excellent. And you're a good student. You listen. That
I'm
is
a very
important.
good student.
So वो
Yeah, I'm a
जरूरी है ना.
very, yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
have best
मैं
teachers
बहुत
अगर हाँ
नहीं नहीं नहीं
सीखने
नहीं.
में आप तैयार नहीं हो तो. अच्छा, आपको हम भोजपुरी और we want to hear more of your Bhojpuri, but in the meantime I've been noticing that there's hundreds of comments. You know, I've
Oh
had
my
many
God.
people on our show and some really prominent people as well. Most of them are prominent and very prominent.
All right.
लेकिन हमारा
Right.
तो ये तो मतलब पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, लोग पागल हो रहे हैं. That's the word I can use,
Okay.
especially after you spoke Bhojpuri. तो हम see, I mean, this is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And Manoj,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
say this because I'm from Mangalore. I'm Konkani. मैं
Okay.
India में I spent a lot of time in India. I left India many years ago, but I keep coming back and forth. But I noticed, and I spoke this to Ila Arun ji, who you know Ila Arun, right? The folk singer
Right.
and
I know.
actor.
I know. Ayulaji. Yeah.
इलाजी was on my show and we talked about grassroots कि हम कैसे भूल जाते हैं. हम जब बाहर जाते हैं तो या तो हम बहुत ज्यादा अपनाते हैं उसको, but we forget to stay connected to our roots. So for some reason हम हिंदुस्तान में, इंडिया में, we are actually embarrassed to say कि हमको हिंदी आती है. lot of people say to me, no, I can't speak Hindi, I prefer English. And I'm the opposite. I love speaking in Hindi. So what you're saying to me is that you're so connected to your root and that you think in that language even now. To me, that's a huge thing. So thank you for sharing that, with all of us.
That's my identity.
Yeah.
And this is what makes me. I think all the characters that I do, uh, they come to they somehow I relate to them also because I understand the my own identity. I am so proud of it, and through my identity, I relate to each and every character that I play, and their socio-political and economical situation. I understand it through my own culture, through my own being from that place. So, and also, somehow since my childhood, I have realized one thing that. If you are not connected with your roots, you can't be a good actor.
Mhm.
To understand the characters and soul of the character, to understand any character from any state, from any village, from any part of this world, you really have to understand the 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 rootedness of the character, the soul of the character, and that you can only understand through yourself. It's impossible to go and do research on thousands of people. You can only do research on yourself all the time, and through yourself you understand everyone.
And if you're saying that if you are connected with your
You
rootedness,
connect. You
so
Yes.
that really is the most powerful
Yeah.
tool you have,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also feel that each one of us uh, are very unique. Each one of us is very unique, very very unique. We should realize this. Everyone who is taking birth on this planet is not taking birth just like that, you know without any purpose. You have that uniqueness in you, and that's why you are here with some purpose. And we have to find that purpose, we have to find that uniqueness within ourselves, and be proud of it. Be
Yes.
extremely proud of it. Not be arrogant about it,
Proud.
not be but proud of it, proud of
Mm.
it. Just be comfortable with the identity that you have.
It's a tough answer I think you'll have to give now. So do you think that would Manoj Bajpayee be the same person if he had not made it?
Okay. uh, this is a very hypothetical question. It's
Hypothetical.
not yeah, it's not a tough question. It's a hypothetical question. But to answer you, uh, to do justice to your question, I would say that had I had God decided not to give me the idea of acting, I would have stayed back as the eldest son of the family, a responsible eldest son, uh, who had to take care of all the siblings and make sure that each and everyone finds their goals and finds their calling, and settle them. Okay.
Mm.
And I think I would have done it brilliantly, because I always felt very responsible about my siblings. Always, till now I feel very responsible, you know for them. Till now, when all of them are grown up, they have their own jobs and businesses. till now I feel concerned about them. Till now, I think that element God would have given to me definitely. Had I been an actor or not an actor, you know, the element of what do you call, feeling concerned about my family. uh, I think that would have been there. I would have been a happy man, seeing my brothers and sister happily married and happily settled down. I would have been a happy eldest brother.
So basically, you're a happy person. That's what you're saying, that you are able,
Mostly,
mostly.
mostly,
Acha.
yeah, mostly,
So
yeah,
when you're not happy,
yeah.
what makes
There
you
were,
not happy?
yeah. What makes me not happy? There are too many things actually. Uh, uh, I'm not talking about, now when I'm much more, what do you call, corrected by meditation and all that. Uh, what doesn't make me happy when I see on the set, when I see noise when I'm rehearsing, you
Mm.
know, when I see, when I give a lot of time to others to set up and prepare, but when I'm rehearsing, nobody is caring about the silence. Nobody, that makes me very angry. That makes me really unhappy. That, please, I want that space. Second, what makes me unhappy is uh, when people, unknown numbers coming to, coming on my phone,
Yeah.
and those numbers are not there on my phone, and the other person who is calling me, he or she knows that, my number is not with Manoj. At least I should have this courtesy of sending him the message, because that's why he's not picking up the phone.
Yeah.
I feel unhappy. I feel that, they are being insensitive. They should send me the message and then let me get back to them. The small thing. I see my daughter not concentrating, not giving much enough time to Hindi. I feel unhappy. These are little things that you can say. I feel unhappy or sad when my wife or my daughter, when they are not feeling well. I really feel unhappy, and I really feel sad. I panic sometimes. They are my lifeline. So uh, yeah, I mean, these are the things. I mean, not a big thing. I mean, all the uh, all the big things which used to make me feel unhappy is all taken care of, all sorted out. I found my answers,
Sure.
so I've
So
come to
Man-
terms with them.
Manoj is
Yeah,
a professional man, is a family man. Professionally, the conversations that you're having with me are quite similar. We also get unhappy about the same things that, similar things that you get
right,
unhappy about,
right,
right? Our craft is
right,
important to us, our job is important to us, and then we will get
yeah,
someone to disturb us and distract us, and that makes us
right,
unhappy. That makes us very,
right,
it's anything distracting is not a happy place. You're saying
right.
that your family, your child or your wife not being unwell is making you unhappy. It's such a, the reason I'm asking you all this, Manoj, is because, there is this, we see you as an extraordinary person because of the
Right.
life you have led, the successes, the characters you play. I think people forget that behind all that is a man who's a regular man. It's
Regular,
all,
completely regular.
है
Believe
ना?
me.
नहीं, but हम भूल जाते हैं ना, हम भूल जाते हैं. But you're so regular, really. You're so amazing to have a conversation. We've got over 3,000 comments. I'm sorry. Obviously we don't have all night,
No, it's all right.
right?
Yeah,
But बहुत सारे. I mean, but mostly people are, they're your fans who are very happy to be here. We've got people from Pakistan, from Brazil, of course, from London, from Kolkata,
right.
Assam, Bihar, everywhere around the world, Manoj. That is
Oh,
that is a huge thing for all of us. We've got,
hi to them.
yes, hello, Manoj. एक आप हिंदी में बोलिए प्लीज. आपने भोजपुरी बोली, हमको हिंदी में
Uh,
बोलिए.
from English, hello to everyone, and thank you very much for the response. और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि आप लोग इतने अच्छे ढंग से आप हमारी बात सुन रहे हैं और अपना अपनी अपनी प्रतिक्रिया दे रहे हैं, और हमरा बड़ा अच्छा लगता है कि अपने लोगों ने आयल बनी हमार बातचीत देखत नहीं अपने के खूब बतियावत नहीं जा हमनी की इनका संगे रागा के संगे बतियावत नहीं जा अपने लोगों सुनता नहीं ओकरा पर अपने लोगन अपन जोन भी बात बाटे अपने कहत नहीं हमारा बड़ा हम चाहता नहीं कि अपने को सुनी जौन भी बात होता ओकरा के अगर तो ओकरा में अपने के कोनो बात अच्छा ना लगे वो लिख दी.
So basically, you're saying that if you don't like something that I'm saying, you write about it. है ना? ये
या
बोल रहा है?
Yeah,
हाँ,
yeah.
तो देखो नॉर्मली पीपल से कि जो अच्छी बात लगे वो लिखो, जो अच्छी नहीं लगी वो
नहीं,
लिख दो.
it's,
Super. And we have a friend, of course, a common friend, Chitra Subramaniam, who has made this happen. She's
yeah,
watching and she's saying she loves the idea of rootedness and how that works in our own lives and your characters. So, sorry, friends, I know there are lots and lots of comments, but I can't take the comments individually. But thank you all, and I'll sift through it. And Nicola, who's watching in the background, Nicola, if there are one or two comments that you want us to comment on, can you put it on the private chat so I can take it up? Because I have a question to ask Manoj in the meantime. How do
yeah,
you manage the disappointments in your life? We talk
yeah.
about depression quite a bit these days, right? And all of us are in lockdown. There's a lot of uncertainty around us. We don't know what's happening. So that uncertainty for some people has happened much, much, much before lockdown anyway. Some people live in an
Right.
uncertain world. Then
Mhm.
uncertainty during lockdown is even far more stronger. तो आप कैसे deal करते हो disappointment से?
आपको मैं इंस्टेंसेस दे करके बताता
Hmm.
हूँ. I think then I'll be much more clearer if I talk
Sure.
about those particular days, particular incidents, which really kind of broke in me or made me feel that there is no road ahead after this. Uh, so it was uh, it was in my third year, second year. I decided to give all my exams in English. It was nothing but a uh, pressurize myself to learn English. Okay, I didn't want to score. I didn't want to score in my graduation. I didn't want to score. I just wanted to learn English. And uh, so I didn't go. There was an option of choosing your own language, Hindi, but I said no. I'm here. I have a very clear-cut purpose. So I will, I'll choose to appear in exam, or give my exam only in English. And suddenly, 3 days before the exam, it all blacked out. Everything that I had prepared, I suddenly realized that I remember nothing, and it was a blackout situation for me. And my roommates got scared. They got really scared. Uh, they uh, they started taking me out for a walk. They started talking to me. They started telling me that it doesn't matter. Manoj, just calm down. Manoj, everything is because they were so scared that he's losing it. He's losing it. Everything is blacked out for him. Uh, so they took me to a shop to buy me a cold drink because I didn't have any money to buy, to treat myself with that kind of a luxury. So they were buying me a cold drink. Then somebody has gotten chicken. They started cooking chicken. Then somebody has organized a bottle of rum. Let's have rum. Manoj, just don't worry. So they worked on me. That was the moment I realized that uh, uh, everything for me felt that is gone. I'm going to stay in this year. Again, I'm not going to pass. They are going to hold me back in second year itself. And I was desperate to get out of college and do full-fledged theater. So that was one moment. I came out of it after 2 days. uh, because they took me to a doctor, and doctor has given me a campos injection. He made me sleep for a very long time, and then when I got up, everything was fantastic. But the most difficult one was when you know the first attempt when I made for National School of Drama. Because for 3 years I prepared in my graduation years. I prepared for National School of Drama, uh, entrance, and when my name didn't appear on the list, I didn't have the plan B, and I didn't know what to do after that, where to go, what how to do theater, out of my college. It's only the street theater which was there, and which was not going to take me anywhere. It was not going to make me a professional theater actor. So I didn't have a plan B, and that 1 month, Raga, was terrible, terrible, terrible. All my friends, they really took care of me. Really took.
Wow. Okay, I think Manoj just got logged off. He's going to, yeah, he's back. Tech problem. You're on mute, Manoj. You have to
I'm
unmute.
trying to.
Huh?
Now.
Huh. So
Yeah,
one
yeah.
month you went through
So
something like the
that,
other.
yes, and that 1 month, I still remember my. It was kind of a nervous breakdown kind of a situation for me. And every day, again, my friends, they were preparing for their UPSC exams, and they were making sure that they are with me. Uh, I will always be very, very grateful to them. All of them are doing so well. They have become such big guys in their respective fields, and they really, really helped me. They used to buy me food. They used to buy me clothes. They used to take me around in the park, just talk to me and talk to me about all the good things that they have seen in me. So that 1 month, and then they gave me money one day. One of my friends, he said, no, he said, why don't you do one thing? Why don't you go to National School of Drama and try to find out which are the groups which are active outside, and try to contact them and be active, be start doing something outside, and then next year again you can appear for National School of Drama. There's nothing lost, so don't think about it. So I, on their insistence, I went to National School of Drama. um, and there I found out that this very big successful group of that time, a theater group, and all of them, most of the members were National School of Drama alumni. uh, they formed this group. They were coming up with 1 year workshop course. Okay, and uh, one of the students told me that it is going to be so amazing that all the National School of Drama students who are seniors, they are going to teach us, and they are charging 2,500 rupees for 1 year course, and it was very cheap.
Okay.
Uh, so they were looking for their possible members in future, and that's why they were organizing this workshop. And I went back to my room, and these friends of mine, and they were so excited that I left the place, and I was feeling happy. So they treated me with drinks and chicken, and then I told them about this workshop, and 2,500, which I didn't have, obviously. All of them contributed and organized money for me.
How amazing.
Yeah, and they made it possible that I attend this workshop. And 365 days of workshop it was meant to be, and I attended 364 days, Raga. I was the only one who attended those
So
many days of workshop. One day I skipped because it was such a huge rain that I couldn't reach uh, that day.
you're a real
But most of
student,
this,
for sure. Real student.
yeah,
No, real student of life,
yeah.
right? So, so
So
Manoj,
yeah,
so this question, sorry, I'm interrupting, but this brings me to a question which is intricate within that. So, the younger generation right now is struggling, as you know. So you're giving us, you were young at that time, very, very young. Now at least
very young.
you have experience, you have knowledge, you have life tools to deal with life, right?
Right,
At that time you were
right,
dealing with this. So
right.
how do people, what do you say, the millennials, how do they cope with anxiety and issues that they're going through? What would you tell them, that one thing, because you have experienced it?
Yeah, I mean, you see, saying that you should have a belief and conviction is one thing, and practicing is
Yeah.
another. Okay, they the first and foremost thing that they should do, that they should have people around them, friends around them who believe in them. Okay, it's very important that you are surrounded with people who you believe and who believe you in
Yeah.
turn. Okay, there's an amazing amount of exchange happening of positivity.
Yes.
where there's a very pure admiration for each other, for each other's uniqueness, unique strength and weaknesses. Okay, where we can open our heart out, where we can take the criticism and appreciation in equal measurement and not feel demotivated.
Sure.
Okay, that is one primary thing. Secondly, use your day. Use your day. I keep telling my students, use your day. Uh, uh, Prepare for the opportunity. They you everybody knows. Everybody is talking about uh, nepotism, insider, outsider, but they forget about all that right now.
Yeah.
Right now we can't change the situation. So what are we going to do? We are going to be skilled. We are going to be so skilled and so good at our craft that we get that first opportunity and we crack it.
Yes.
Okay. So, and that can only be possible if we work on it every day. We have ample time. You have to understand there is a 16 hours, 8 hours you're sleeping, or
Correct.
9 hours you're sleeping. But the 15 hours is quite a lot of time. You just give 2 hours on yourself, you are sorted for life. You are sorted for the opportunity that you may be getting in future. you know first assure yourself that you are really good here. You assure yourself. The first assurance should come from you. First approval should come from you to yourself. you know and
And would you, sure,
that
sure.
can only have, yeah.
So Manoj, do you also you said a little earlier that when you went through difficult times, your
You're right.
your psychologist friend you spoke about, you said that
Right.
somebody told you, a friend of yours said to you that you should deal with things like that. So do you think that we should tell the future generation or the our generation that if you need help, seek help? One is your friends, one is your support system, your own family, but maybe sometimes you need more than that. So you need to identify that and not feel ashamed of going and seeking professional help, right? I think that's
uh, I mean, if you can afford it,
yeah,
definitely. But in our time, there was not that much of an awareness. Lockdown is telling us, because in lockdown, what is happening, that people are going through anxiety, people are going through lot many questions. Uh, they're asking, so they are doubting. There's self doubt. There's a lot of nervousness coming out of it. But at the same time, there are few people that I have witnessed where so many people are learning online. They are keeping themselves busy. They are surrounding themselves with like-minded people. They are talking to people. uh, so if even if you are not going to a professional uh, professional expert, the friends around you are the expert about you.
correct.
They are the experts about you, and you are an expert about them. you know so you have to understand that this if there is somebody who understands you in this situation more than you, is the person who is living with you.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So uh, always talk to that person. I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling this way. Talk to him. If you are feeling something very funny, talk to that person.
Hmm.
Talk to that person. Have a chat about it. Okay. And just talking does 80% of the job, Raga. Just talking.
Sure. Communication is
Yeah.
so key. Communication is so key.
Yeah.
Today, when we started this conversation, Manoj, one of the things that I said to you, and we both agreed that this conversation is about finding Manoj Bajpayee for us to understand as an
Right.
audience, because we all know you're available online for any one of us to look up your films, your interviews. It's all available. So, audience, just be careful. This conversation is not about that. I don't want to get
Yeah.
into what films, what next, who is the best director. That is not the conversation about. So if you're disappointed, please, I would say that you may need to log off and not be here, because that conversation is not going to happen. No matter how many names you call me, that's not going to happen. Okay. Yeah. This is the other side. And Manoj, I don't know how much time you have. We've already gone over an hour, but we're just kind of enjoying listening to
Yeah.
you. I
Yeah.
just have
Let's go ahead.
So we met. We have a common friend called Apurva Asrani, and
Right.
who you know as well. So Apurva was
I
sharing a
love him.
story.
Yeah.
Great, because Apurva was
Yeah.
sharing a very interesting story with us, and we know him quite well as well. And he said that many, many years ago, during Satya, which is now a long time ago, that he actually somehow convinced you to go into a gay bar with him. so, so
ये
that is
party. ये
a gay.
party.
So I
Yeah,
want to
house
know.
party.
So I want to know the other side of it. I want to know that one Bihari boy from Bihar, I know from a small village. So one, how did you feel about that? Then did that
Uh,
play? Sorry, did it also play any kind of role? Your friendship with Apurva and of course others along the way in
yeah.
your performance and creating the character, playing the character in Aligarh.
Okay. Apurva, I think now understand that, I was not scandalized. Rather, I was much more aware of their world and their perspective, because uh, the mentor of mine, the teacher of mine, is Barry John. Okay, so he has kind of he improved this person, Manoj Bajpayee. He improved his perception about the gay world, about being gay, about many other things. Not just that. That's why I say that he's not only been my teacher in theater, but he has been teacher for life. Teacher in dealing with life. Okay, and we are always in touch. It was not the gay party or the being in a house party where all gay friends were there. For me, what Apu found quite hilarious and scandalizing for me, that some of them are finding me quite attractive. I know that I was, but I, I so yeah, I mean, uh, I don't know how to talk about this, but it was flattering. I mean, I must say this, and uh, they always say that if you are when you are found attractive by gays, that means you are really attractive. So
I should know.
so, so that and I was going from one place to another and trying to make a drink and trying to find an excuse to just uh, run away and
Slide.
hide somewhere else. Yeah. So Apu was finding it quite funny, and somehow I told him that, please, yeah, just tell them that I'm quite straight.
There's a
So
saying.
yeah, I mean,
There's a saying
it
in
was
the gay
lovely.
world that you're as straight as spaghetti until you put it in hot water.
I know some gay friend of mine told me in a party in Delhi the same saying, and I say, I told this friend of mine that this spaghetti was always very straight. He
ये spaghetti ये spaghetti बहुत strong है. Straight है. No, sorry. No, please go on. No, आप मुझे अभी हिंदी में बोलिए about Aligarh. Like, did that character impact your role in Aligarh? That kind of interactions, let's say, that you've had with Apu and others along the way.
uh, uh, Raga, when I was preparing for अब जब मैं तैयारी कर रहा था
हाँ,
अलीगढ़ का, तो मेरे दिमाग में एक बात बहुत क्लियर थी, और वो क्लैरिटी इसलिए थी क्योंकि मैंने बहुत सारी हॉलीवुड की फिल्में देखी थी
अच्छा.
about gays and how they portrayed gays, uh, and I had complete disagreement with them. You know, uh, I had complete disagreement in the manner the actors have performed. Gay characters. Uh, and I was looking for the opportunity where I could just go ahead and focus on the character more than the sexuality. Okay, and Aligarh script has given me that chance to create a world of Professor Sirus, उनकी दुनिया, उनकी कविता, उनकी लता मंगेशकर को लेकर के प्यार, फैसिनेशन,
Hmm.
उनका विस्की को लेकर के प्यार, और उनका अकेलेपन को लेके प्यार.
हाँ,
Professor Sirius was, I don't think he was a lonely man. He enjoyed being left alone.
alone.
He in, he was just happy with his whiskey, with Lata Mangeshkar, with his poetry, with his literature. He was just happy, you know. He was a happy man. He was living all emotion in that room and didn't want his privacy to be intruded. He was very simple and very genuine and very pure person. And that was this is what I concentrated on. This is what I focused on. That is why you don't see any kind of a very accentuated mannerism. I purposely didn't do it. There are very slight hint of it. If you want to really find it out,
Yeah.
it's there, but it's not accentuated. Okay.
बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत, बिकॉज़ आपने ना उसको स्टीरियोटाइप नहीं बनाया, जो हिंदी फ़िल्में
जी
बनाते हैं और जो बॉलीवुड या हॉलीवुड में ही बनाते हैं, एक स्टीरियोटाइप
जी
गे कैरेक्टर बनाते हैं। यू मेड हिम अ पर्सन,
person.
हिज
Yeah.
सेक्सुअलिटी, हिज सेक्सुअल आइडेंटिटी वाज़ आल्सो देयर, मतलब बट
Right.
दैट वाज़ नॉट
This,
द मेन थिंग। हाँ,
सेक्सुअल, जब हम किसी स्ट्रेट आदमी की जिंदगी के बारे में बात करते हैं तो क्या हम उसकी सेक्सुअलिटी पे बात करते हैं? हम उसके कैरेक्टर पे, उसके वर्ल्ड पे, उसके नुआंसेस पे, उसके सोशियो पॉलिटिकल इमोशनल स्टेट को देखने की कोशिश करते हैं, इन सब चीजों पे काम करते हैं। तो हम क्यों, जब हम गेज की बात करते हैं तो हम उनके मैनरिज्म पे इतना ज्यादा ध्यान देते हैं? और मुझे पता है कि मेजरली जो बहुत सारे गेज हैं वो इस तरीके से एक्सेंचुएटेड मैनरिज्म नहीं है। कुछ लोगों के हैं,
हुँ।
डेफिनेटली है, लेकिन जब उस तरह के रोल करने होंगे तो करेंगे, लेकिन हर के आदमी उस तरीके से होगा और सिर्फ हम उसी पे ज्यादा फोकस करेंगे, दैट आई ऑलवेज डिसएग्रीड विद.
Fantastic that you've said that, because I think somebody from the LGBT community myself, stereotype तो हमको रोज सहना पड़ता है, and what you've said is it's normal, mainstream है, it's all the same. The only difference is that the sexual preference is different, but that's not
Right,
the
right,
focus. That's not the focus.
right,
The focus, when
right,
people talk about gay relationships, they talk about sex. They don't talk
right,
about relationships, which is what
right,
we showed in
right,
Aligarh. Aligarh was one of the most powerful LGBT films I've, or focused on that I've ever seen.
right,
And Aapki
right.
character was like just amazing. So I have a couple more questions. I know I won't take too much of your time. We've already run lots over time. And thank you, audience, for staying with us. We're continuing to get lots of fantastic, fantastic comments. And some people are not happy, one or two, which is okay. But
It's all
वो भी
right.
ज़रूरी है, वो ज़रूरी है, बहुत ज़रूरी है,
जरूरी है,
बहुत
बहुत
ज़रूरी
जरूरी
है, हाँ. So, but I want to know, so I'm still coming back to this person, Manoj Bajpayee, because every time I watch you on screen, I live that person with you. So how do you detach from that person and then become Manoj Bajpayee? That is something that I'm still trying to figure.
है. I was, uh, I don't know. I think it's the preparation, the intense preparation that I do on all the elements and all the nuances. But now I do it with a detached self. Okay, I approach them from a distance, and there is a craft to really help me to get me into it, and then but on the set, I'm walking, talking character.
Okay,
Even if I'm joking around, there is a character in the body. So it's always there. That is why I find it quite intrusive if somebody from outside the set comes to meet me. I think it's just that world becomes my own, the world, and that is my character's world. That is not the world of Manoj Vajpayee. So when somebody comes to meet me from outside, the concentration and that kind of a meditative state is broken.
sure.
Suddenly,
And
yeah. So it's very, yeah.
so, people watching, if you're ever trying to reach Manoj on his phone without telling him who you are, or if you're on his sets and expecting him to give you 100%, please listen to this. I think that respect, no, ज़रूरी है, ये respect देना जो
Yeah,
आपको चाहिए, right? So,
yeah,
एक
yeah.
question है, have you ever compromised on the kind of roles you've taken?
Oh yes, I have. um, not willingly, I would say, not willingly. Uh, there are few roles that I have done, couple of roles I have done where I wanted to uh, just go with the friend, just go and help them, in making their films. Uh, One or two films that I have done where the going was not that great, and I was it was a difficult time in terms of uh, roles coming in terms of choices. I had to do those roles because somewhere we were completely short of the fund, uh, and there were the bills that needed to be
Yeah.
settled.
Mm.
So yes, 5, 6 films that I have done, but I don't regret it. Believe me, I don't. I
Sure.
own I own my failure completely. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of those failures. I'm proud. I'm more than the failures. I'm proud of those decisions, because at that point of time, they somehow uh, seemed very right to me.
Sure.
Okay, uh, so you can't just, if if your relationship uh, goes awry, or so you don't start saying that it was a bad choice in terms of the person. No, it was a right choice at that point of time. It's just that it didn't work out, but you
Sure.
learn so much from that person.
Correct. Right or wrong, you don't know, right? I read somewhere that
Yeah,
right or wrong,
yeah.
you only know in hindsight.
You
You
only know in
in
hindsight. Yeah,
hindsight, oh, that was not right. But it was a good experience, and
yeah,
there's a
right.
thing that people don't know about you, or maybe some know about you, is that you do a lot of volunteering work, and you have done a lot of work for the underprivileged. It's something that, and I don't like to use the word underprivileged because I think
No, yeah.
we are, huh? But for a lot of work for people who have needed that support from you. And I don't know whether you
Okay.
feel comfortable talking about it because I know you're a very humble man.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds flamboyant, but when I was doing theater, it's thanks to Barry, my mentor, my teacher, without whom I wouldn't have been anywhere. I'm always very, very thankful to him. Um, he kind of, exposed me to that side of Delhi, or that side of our society, urban society. And he used to go. He used to conduct workshops for uh, uh, Mrs. Nair's NGO, Salam Balak Trust. So we started going to, and we started working. He was working with the street children. We used to. Uh, there was a police station the New Delhi station, right outside Delhi station, and the SHO of the police station. He has given us the roof of the police station to conduct the workshop. So the the children who are working as coolies, 5 years old, 6 year old, 8 years old, they used to come for the classes with Didi, and do theater workshops with us. So I used to teach them their subjects, and right after that we used to conduct theater workshops. So I have done it for many years with him, and he trained me in dealing with children, in conducting workshops with them. You are not actually trying to make them an actor, but rather you are trying to get them into mainstream. In You are trying to rehabilitate them. You are trying, because all of them are migratory birds. When they leave their
Yeah,
homes,
sure.
they don't know where they have. Some of them don't know where they have come from. They left their homes at the age of 3, 4, 5. They just gotten into the train, and they found themselves at this station. So
Mm.
they don't know anything better. So the organization that Mrs. Nair used to run, uh, they used to help these children uh, to come into the mainstream, do studies, and through theater find their own strength, find some purpose
Brilliant.
in life. Okay, and that was our job. So we used to do it almost every day. I used to then uh, and all the mafias of the station, and outside the station, they used to threaten us. They used to bully us. So we used to face them almost every day. The kind of work so many NGOs are doing here. Chitra, our friend, is so much active there. Uh,
Yes.
on on ground level, the kind of problems a work an activist or a volunteers face. We faced all of that, you know. And then I started working for a different NGO, uh, for Paharganj Basti, and every day there used to be so much fight. Every day there used to be threats, and in a hut we are conducting workshops. In a hut we are kind of taking classes of these children. We are talking to the children, and the kind of stories, the abuse, the harassment. Oh God! I mean, for me, it just opened the world for me. You know, for me, the world was just not only theater. My world was suddenly so vast. I was exposed to a world which was completely unknown to most of the people living in Delhi. Most of the people who were, were halting their cars at the red signal at the crossroads, and they didn't know their children. They didn't know their mothers. They didn't know what all they are going through on a daily basis. But we knew because those children were attending our workshops. They were attending our classes. We knew what all they used to go through. What kind of tricks they were using to beg. What is happening with the girl child? What kind of harassments and abuses that they are going through on everyday basis. So yes, Raga, my life in Delhi was on mm, two, three levels. Uh,
Sure.
One was a very serious theater person, and the other was somebody who was quite active on ground level, working for street children and platform children.
And I know there is lots more coming. I know that. I'm aware of that. And we will wait for you to talk about it later. But one last question before we let you go. Two things, one question and one little request that I'm getting from so
Yeah.
many of our audience. One, of course, is how does a Padma Shri feel?
Oh yes.
How do you feel?
Oh, I felt. I wouldn't lie. I felt great. I I mean, no award has given me this much happiness that the Padma Shri has given. It suddenly felt that, I was wrong that nobody was looking at my contribution. I was wrong that, people were not looking at uh, uh, the effort of being a good citizen apart from being a good actor. I was wrong that nobody was looking at me. Nobody was, from a distance. I was wrong that, I was wrong in thinking that it is all going unnoticed and nobody cares. With one Padma Shri honor, I everything seemed so just right, about my life, about
Okay.
the contribution that I have tried to make. Uh, I have been trying to make to the society, to acting as a craft. I think I felt very happy. I really felt encouraged, very happy, sitting there taking the honor from the president. Yes, I felt very happy.
So well deserved, and of course all of us are so proud of you, and I don't know whether we've ever been able to share how proud. Look at your fan following, Manoj. It's like amazing. Friends who are watching, I'm sorry that we're not able to respond to each and every one of you. There's some amazing comments here. I promise you that knowing Manoj, I know he will go through all your comments, and in spirit he will
Yeah,
say thank you. मुझे पता है कि वो आप करोगे.
जी
हमारे पास बहुत सारे लोग बोल रहे हैं कि आप हिंदी में बोलिए, बट आई एम सॉरी दिस
नहीं
दिस.
नहीं
हाँ, हम वो भी बोलेंगे, हिंदी में भी बोलेंगे, लेकिन
नहीं
most of the conversation was in English, and there was a reason for it. And because we're talking to an international audience, so जो हम हिंदी भी बोलेंगे लेकिन इंग्लिश में बोलना जरूरी था हमारे लिए, क्योंकि काफी लोग बाहर से भी है.
काफी लोग वाह
हाँ,
जी
तो वो जरूरी है उनको भी रिस्पेक्ट देना, because I know our Indians,
हाँ
we understand English, but outsiders don't understand Hindi. ठीक है? So
जी
please,
जी जी
people watching, please bear with us. आपको one last thing, कोई advice दे सकते हो आप? And I know I'm repeating myself. Younger generation के लिए, चाहे वो एक्टिंग चाहते हो, एक्टिंग करना चाहते हो, या चाहे तो अपनी लाइफ को जीना चाहते हैं, और जो बहुत they find it challenging. What will you say, Manoj Bajpayee?
मैं सबसे यही बोलता हूँ कि first you have to come to terms with one thing: world is not fair. World is not ready to give you what you deserve. So what do? Are you going to sit at home and do nothing. No, you are going to work on yourself, be skilled, and fight for it. Fight for what you deserve. You know, don't expect world to give it to you. You know, work on yourself, fight for it, keep knocking the door till the door breaks. That's the only way. You
Awesome.
have to, you know. Sometime it hurts, it will hand will bleed, you know, but all doors are weaker than the knocking. Always
What a
keep
fantastic
knocking,
analogy.
keep
I'm going
knocking.
to go outside my door now just to knock. No, but seriously, what a fantastic analogy. And I hope all our audience is listening in. And what an inspiring story, what an inspiring journey, Manoj, you've had. And thank you for sharing so much and leaving a piece of you with us. I'm going to take it gratefully. And thank you
Thank
for
you,
your
Raga.
time. Thank you for the love, audience, for Manoji. And thank you for the love you've given me. And that is a big thing. Thank you very much. I want to
Thank
thank
you.
Chitra Subramaniam for arranging this for us, and she's a dear friend and
Yeah,
such a wonderful supporter for the causes and for for everything that we do. I have to thank Nicola Fenton, who's the co-director and partner of Speaking Minds, who is sitting
right.
behind the scene and making sure that this is managed well. Because lockdown time and technology time, so it's like
Yeah. And I'm
making
so bad with it. And
you
Nicola
were
was, struggling with me.
no, but you're fantastic. You're far easier than a lot of people we know. And audience, again, I cannot thank you enough. Keep coming back. You know where to find me at Speaking Minds Global or at Totally Out Now. Every question will be responded to. I promise you that. And we hope you enjoyed this session as much as we did. Manoj, I cannot thank you enough for this absolutely beautiful session. I hope the
Uh,
audience today
Thank you.
have seen the other side of Manoj Bajpayee. Thank you.
Thank you, Raga. Thank
Thank
you, Nicola, and thank you, Chitra, and thank you, the audience out there. Thank you very much. Keep loving our work. Keep loving my work. Keep watching it. Keep encouraging me. Thank you for all the love.
you. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you so much.
Thank,
Wonderful.
thank you.